everybody. Welcome back to the Raw Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I got to do it. Got to do it. And that is to invite everyone into this fantastic community. This community right here is the number one community on these internet streets. Now, we're not the biggest, but we are the best. And if you want to be a part of it, this is what you do. Go down in those settings, look around, find that subscribe button and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit the notification bell too, so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, that beast. Ugh, that algorithm, I'm telling you. But listen, I have it in a chokehold, dragging it up and down these internet streets. And it's all because of y'all. Y'all keep coming with the thumbs ups, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to all of the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercials. Y'all are still doing the doggone thing. And thank you. Thank you so much, because it helps so much and I appreciate it. Also, look over there in the corner. That's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting this channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I'll just be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have your support. And if you just want to do a one-time donation, look over there in the other corner, down at the bottom there. You see it? Those three little dots. Click on that, and that's our super thanks button. And if you decide to donate, all donations to the channel is always, always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, we do have some super thanks. And first up is Miss Ella Gully, always coming through, always being a ride or die, always showing up for the read. Ella is so special to me, and I appreciate her support so very much. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Ella. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And 2383521E, yes, she decided to come on through. And let me tell you, I appreciate it so very much. Always supportive, always coming through, always in the comments, just being the best of the best. And I just appreciate 2383521E so very much. Thank you for being down with the read. Thank you for always supporting. And thank you for your wisdom that you always drop in the comments. It's all appreciated. So thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks. But most of all, thank you for being here. And Patricia Smith, yes, Patricia is a ride or die, always coming through, always supporting. I mean, Patricia is everything. And she's so smart. Y'all see her comments. Y'all make sure you read them, because I promise you, it's going to be insightful. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Patricia. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being down with the read. Thank you for being here. It means everything. And then it's Kevon Slams. Kevon is a ride or die. He is everything, and he knows it. And he is so supportive of this community. He is so supportive of this channel. He is always down with the read, and he is so funny, and he's so wise. And check him out in the comments, because I promise you, you'll enjoy all his comments. He is such a crucial part of this community. I'm so lucky to have him. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Kevon. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being down with the read. Thank you for being you, and thank you for being here. And last but not least, it is Eulette. Eulette is everything, y'all. She is always being supportive. She is always in the comments. She is always down with the read. I mean, Yolette shows so much support. I don't know if I deserve it, but I'm so happy she thinks I do. And I am just so thankful that she decided to make this community her community because, listen, she's everything she is. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Yolette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here, girl. You just everything. All right, y'all. I'm going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. All right, y'all. I want to give another quick shout out to Ella Gully, 2383521E, Patricia Smith, Kevon Slims, and Yulette. Listen, y'all are everything. Y'all come in and y'all support me. And I cannot tell you how lucky I feel to have each and every one of y'all. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the super thanks. But most of all, y'all, thank y'all for being here, for showing up every day. Y'all, that means everything to me. So thank you. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is because I'll gush over y'all all day here. Y'all are just that good. But we got to keep it moving. And y'all know what time it is. And y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets. And let me tell you, I have been on these streets and boy, some more stuff is coming out. I mean, you know one thing about the truth, it will bubble, 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 bubble to the surface. It will expose itself, won't it? The truth will come out, and it's really starting to come out when it comes to Thomas Markle Sr., how Meghan is absolutely dealing with them. I mean, Meghan is just being a full-on gangster. I mean, Meghan is not playing. I love it. I love all of these power moves that Meghan is making. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about hair security and what has come out about that and how we're starting to see some cracks in the British media. We are starting to see some separate themselves, you know, from the Daily Mail and all that nonsense. We are seeing some old flying monkeys who have been nothing but terrorists when it comes to Meghan, trying to take up for Meghan. Yeah, it is a puzzling time, I must say. But listen, we will always, as squatties, figure out what's going on with these folks. They can't fool us for a minute. We just sit back in the cut and look at everything and pretty much call it out for what it is. So we're going to talk about that. And we have some other stuff we're going to talk about too. So we got quite a bit to talk about today. But listen, I'm not going to hold you long, but I promise you, it's going to be entertaining. So let's get started, y'all. I'm going to put this up. And look at this. Now, this was in the Daily Fair yesterday. And look at it. It says Meghan Markle's estranged sick father is moved out of intensive care as his surgeon says operation to remove his leg was a success and he is making good progress. You can tell by his face. When y'all were saying that he was on his sick bed, Squatties was saying BS. Yes, they were calling BS on that because he didn't look like any person that we knew that was in ICU because they were doing bad. He looked like he was in transition. Well, he was transitioning out of ICU. He looked like a person who was coming out of ICU. But they wanted us to believe other words. They wanted Meghan to believe other words, that he was somehow on his deathbed. Yeah, right. It's the same old playbook, the same old trickery coming from the Daily Fail. And you wonder why you're called the Daily Fail, because you fail again. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. And this squatty says, brilliant move. What is this squatty talking about? Well, let me tell you what this squatty is talking about. They're talking about Meghan's latest move in this whole chess game that she is playing with the Daily Fail. Yes, Meghan is playing chess while those blind monkeys, those fools over there, are playing checkers. This is what Meghan did. It says Meghan and Harry are effing brilliant because of this. It says, on Monday, two representatives from the U.S. consulate in Cebu, the city in the Philippines that Mr. Markle moved to in January of this year, turned up in Mr. Markle's hospital room. I kid you not. Yes, Meghan called the embassy. She called the consulate. Yes, she enlisted the United States government. You know what? But these clowns seem to, I don't know, forget that they're not dealing with some mediocre, subpar woman like they deal with the Middletons and Kitty Cat. No, they're dealing with a woman who graduated with honors from a distinguished university like Northwestern, who was a double major, and one of those majors was international studies. Of course, Meghan decided to go through the embassy. I love this, y'all. I love it. I'm telling you, when I read this, I had to do a little dance. I kind of danced around the room a little bit. I did. I said, Master Stroke, Meghan. I'm telling you, I have to bow down. I have to bow down to the queen, because this right here is a queen move. Tell me something different. Tell me something different. I love this. I love it. It says the consular agent, Glenn Ivan Lute, said the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines' capital city of Manila had requested they visit Mr. Markle, but declined to give further details. No, come on through, Meghan. Come on through. Listen, when you're dealing with the government, they give you nothing. This is Meghan's way of making sure that the Daily Fail gets its daily serving of dust. Yes, here's your plate of dust for the day. I love it. It says he asked Mr. Markle to make a list of the people he authorized to receive health and well-being updates from the U.S. Embassy. Yes. Meaning that if Thomas Markle wants Meghan to know what his health status is, he'll put her name down. If he don't want her to know, then he won't put her name down. And let me tell you, if he don't put her name down, that means he wants everything to go through the fail. And that right there tells you everything you need to know about what's going on here. And if he puts Meghan's name down, Meghan will get all the information straight from the doctors, not from the fail, not Carolyn Graham, not Scammy, not Thomas Markle Jr., but straight from the doctors. And let me tell you, I don't know how it is in the Philippines, but the doctor cannot talk about what is discussed between a patient's family and themselves. So, masterstroke, masterstroke. I cannot describe it any other way than that because it is. It is. It's a person who is out thinking all of these clowns. They're clowns. They are. You know you got to be a clown to pull some nonsense like this. But here you are still playing that same old stupid game. And you know what happens when you play stupid games? You win stupid prizes. And Meghan was right there to hand them their prize. All right, it goes on to say, Mr. Luke confirms he was a big fan of the TV show Suits, which Mr. Markle's daughter Meghan starred in before she married Prince Harry. Well, who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? Well, we all know that the fair loves to say that Meghan was a nobody before she met Harry. But evidently, she was not a nobody because even Mr. Luke, who is from the U.S. Embassy, knows exactly who Meghan is. Ah! I love it, y'all. I love it. I cannot hardly contain myself because this right here, I'm telling you, I want to say it's chef's kiss, but what is better than chef's kiss? I don't know, but it is everything. That's exactly what I needed to say. Yes, it is everything. Like I said, I got to bow down to her. Bow down to the queen. Bow down. And I'm gonna put this particular squad. It said calling the embassy instead of playing their games. Yes, yes, yes. And it's a picture of this guy dancing. That's the way I was when I read this. When I read this, I said, Meghan Sussex. Come on through, girl. Come on through. Yes, it was such a good move. And this squatty said, Meghan said, checkmate, you mother suckers. Who do you think you're playing with, Daily Fail? Yes, yes, yes. It says, Harry knows the insides of your snake belly. What a outstanding move. Hashtag we love you, Meghan. Exactly, exactly. I love this move. I cannot even tell y'all. I didn't see this one coming. Some of the squatties did. Some of the squatties saw it coming, but I didn't. I didn't. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty posted that same statement and said this: how I love witnessing Meghan's evolution. Sending two representatives from the U.S. consulate to the hospital to check on Thomas is a boss move. Meghan is all diplomacy now. She has the connections, the means to use diplomatic avenues to protect herself. Yes, and she did exactly that. I love it. And then the squatty said on the UK media space, yes, yes, they had to take this one directly to the face. I love it. They didn't see that one coming. I didn't see it coming, but most importantly, all of those raggedy, raggedy flying monkeys and Thomas Markle Sr. and his elk, none of them saw it coming. I love it, y'all. And this particular squatty posted that same statement and said Meghan and Harry are effing brilliant. This squatter reposted that and said this: the thing that they don't understand about Meghan is she'll no longer allow kin to be used to hurt her or hers. Someone stated she was the smartest person to ever marry into the royal family. Harry also knows his family and how British tabloids work. The couple sees through all of the bullshit now. Yes, they do. And they don't pretend any different. They absolutely say, listen, we see you. We see you and we are going to deal with you accordingly. What did they do first? They sent an email that you can expressly tell how you want this to be used, who to see it, if it's confidential or not. Yes, that's what Meghan used first. Then they want to lie and pretend like he never got the email. Well, we all know it's proof. It's a way to prove that if you got an email or not. But, okay, Meghan said, okay, well, I'll send the embassy. I'll send a consulate, and everything they do is confidential. It will not be shared with the Daily Fail. And then had the consulate to get permission from Thomas Markle to state who he was going to allow to have access to his health information. Yes, so if he's going to give Meghan access to talk to his doctor and find out exactly what's going on with his health or not, and if he chooses not, it's on him now. Yes, brilliant move, brilliant move. And y'all tell me in the comments if y'all think that Thomas Markle is going to give Meghan access to his medical information. Is he going to list Meghan as one of the people who will have the freedom to talk to his doctors, to refer, to find out what is going on with him? Y'all tell me if y'all think he is actually going to do that. I'm going to say this. I don't believe he will. I don't believe he will because he is on BS. He's not about business. Now, Meghan is standing on business, but he is about the bullshit and trying to make money with Carolyn Graham and the Daily Fail. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And we all know eventually we will find out if he actually put Meghan's name down as one of the people to share his medical information with. We'll see. We'll see. But y'all tell me what y'all think. But this particular squatty is absolutely right. Meghan will no longer allow these flying monkeys to use her kin to hurt her. She's not doing anymore. It's over. It's over. And like I said earlier, the Daily Mail can continue to play these stupid games, but Meghan is only offering up stupid prizes for your nonsense. She's not. She's done. She is done playing with you. And I just love it. I do. I do. And I'm going to put this up because this squatty reminds us of who Thomas Markle Sr. really is and who Meghan is really dealing with. This squatty says Thomas Markle is toxic. He doesn't have a relationship with his other kids or grandkids. There you go. Because he's begging to see little Archie and little Lilybeth. But what about his other grandchildren? He has no relationship with them. He has never even expressed any desire to have a relationship with them. But all of a sudden, it's Archie, it's Lilybeth, like they are the only grandchildren that he has. No, let's not get it twisted. They always try to make you believe that these other grandchildren do not exist. These other children do not exist. And in actuality, Thomas Markle Sr. has been a trash father and a trash grandfather, and especially a trash grandfather. I'm just saying. And it goes on to say he doesn't have a relationship with his other kids or grandkids. He's in the bed with the Daily Mail, who the hell gives interviews after a leg amputation. I stand with Meghan always. She will survive this and keep thriving. Yes, she will. Because we all know Meghan has a backbone of steel. I'm just saying. And this squatty says Well, this is a repost, and the original post says, and just like that, Tom and Jerry ain't dying no more. Squatties are just everything. They are. I love that. It says, and just like that, Tom and Jerry ain't dying no more. No, he was never dying. Yeah, this was a ploy to try to get Meghan to the Philippines so they could have an exclusive and all the pictures that go along with it, all the content. They really saw their bottom line really expanding. They were going to go from red to black. They were going to be in the black. Yes. But no, Meghan sent representatives from the embassy. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. I love it. And they also wanted to record her phone call. Meghan was having none of that nonsense. I love it. And the squatty that reposted this said this, it isn't a life or death situation after all. They have the audacity to post this stupid picture, and Thomas Sr. refused to talk to the U.S. Embassy to start talks with his daughter. It just shows how this was a PR setup by the fail. And there you go. There you go. It never was legit. And surprise, surprise, the squatties never fell for it. And as for him refusing to talk to the U.S. Embassy representatives, I wonder, did he sign? I still say this. I wonder, did he sign for Meghan to have access to his health information? Because, baby, if he didn't do that, then what else can she do? And I just love this for the Daily Fail because they're basically stuck with Thomas Markle Sr. Yes, babysitting him when he is not going to get anything from Meghan. Meghan continues to serve up dust. And I bet you they are greatly, greatly disappointed. And like I said, I just love this for them. I do. And I'm going to put this up. This is a repost, and the original post says this. Let's be honest. Senior has been discussing for a while in his selling out Meghan. Kalen Graham was with him during the earthquake, and the British media didn't bat an eye. What's different now? Why are they calling him out? Why was Harry also just granted a new review? And you know what? This is something that squatties are really having conversations about. They are. Because what's going on here? Because I just saw old flat face Camilla Tominey actually taking Meghan's side. Now, was she still the old flying monkey she always have been? Yes. Did she have some digs in there? Yes. But basically, she was calling out Thomas Markle Sr. for the nonsense. She was. And y'all know in my last podcast, I played a soundbite from GB News, and they were pretty much doing the same thing. They were calling out the BS on Thomas Markle's part. They did. And squatties are sitting back, scratching their heads, wondering what's going on here. Yeah. And we know that Harry just got a new review from Rayvac. Well, I say we're sitting back scratching our heads, but we kind of know what's going on here. Yeah, that institution is circling the drain. They know that Willie and Kitty do not have what it takes to save that monarchy. They see the writing on the wall, and they know that they know that they know that Harry and Meghan are the only two people that can actually save that place over there. What is that whole thing? Y'all remember I put it in a podcast about my favorite football player, Shedeur Sanders. And you know what? It's working out just like we said about him. It's him and Meghan's story are so parallel. And his clothing line said, the rejected will become the respected. And I really think that is what's happening now. They rejected Harry and Meghan, and now they have been made to respect them. The things, are turning around because they know they have to. They can no longer deny that they have failed. The smear campaign has failed, and Harry and Meghan has won. Yes, the rejected has become the respected, and now here they are trying to salvage any shred of dignity that they have left. Yes, that's what it's all about. And they want Harry and Meghan, and I have said this time and time again, to play Captain Save-A-Ho. They do. They want them to save them. The very ones that they rejected is now the respected ones, and they want to try to be saved by them. Isn't that something? Yes, like I was saying, my boy Shador, he was named the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns yesterday. Yes, the rejected one, the fourth in line one, the one that they lied on, the one that they scandalized his name and said that he was some prima donna or he was some kind of Nepo baby, that he couldn't play football. He was undeserving of being there. And he has proved them all wrong. He came out, he was successful, and he thrived. And he has broken record after record after record. And now he can't be denied. He is who he said he was. And that is Meghan in a nutshell. Meghan is exactly who she said she was, and Harry as well. And they cannot deny it any longer. It is changing because they know it has to change. They know they have to change because if they don't, they're going to slip all the way down the drain. And when they wake up, they're going to be in the septic tank. I'm just saying. And the squatty who reposted this says, something is up. That's for sure because the British press would never give up a chance to eviscerate Meghan about this. They love a good let's bash Meghan moment. The fact that some of her biggest distractors have come out to show sympathy is deeply suspicious. Yeah, it is, isn't it? And it's all because the worm has turned. The smear campaign has been a bust. It has not worked. And it's only caused them more problems than they ever anticipated. Yes, the blowback of them mistreating Harry and Meghan has been absolutely decimating for that family over there. It has been a complete disaster. And now here they are, left circling the drain, going around and around and around, and just about to slip down the drain. And they have to change direction. And I really believe that it's Charles who is spearheading this change. He knows now that him, the horse, Willie, and Kitty are just not it. That monarchy was being carried on the backs of Queen Elizabeth II and Harry. And Queen Elizabeth II was lowered down in the tombs, and Harry and Meghan hightailed it out of there trying to save their lives because we all know that right there was not a joke. When Harry said they ran for their lives, he meant they ran for their lives. And so it was left. Sometimes you have to show people better than you can tell them. Yeah, they thought that they were all that. They thought that they didn't need Harry anymore. Well, looky, looky, looky. It is not the case, is it? And looks like they have finally came around to the fact that Harry is the monarchy. He is. He's literally the king. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty said something very interesting, and that is all of this with Thomas Markle was planned, including the surgery. This is what this squatty says. Thomas Markle's surgery was planned. He has been in the hospital for more than a week. That is why he is out of ICU already. Thomas Markle and Carolyn Graham and the Daily Fail orchestrated this whole article to sabotage the premiere of With Love Meghan Christmas special. I believe what this squatty is saying with every fiber of my being. I believe this was the plan the whole time, to try to bring her down. They cannot take her success. And to have a father who continues to conspire with your enemy, who is bound and determined to destroy you, how can you have any kind of feelings for someone like that? He has proven himself to be this person time and time again. And this person that he's proven himself to be is her enemy. Now, y'all can take that any way you want to, all of you flying monkeys and you derangers and all of them. But the proof is that. And if you had a father behaving in the manner of Thomas Markle Sr. has behaved in the past 6 to 7 years, and you're telling me you still would seek a relationship with this man, and you would not respond as Meghan has responded to this nonsense. If you say you would continue to pursue a relationship with a parent like that, you are being disingenuous. You are a liar. I'll just say it right flat out. You are full of shist. And I'm going to put this up because this particular squatty says what needs to be said. That all of this whole mess with Meghan and that trash family, Thomas Markle Jr., Sr., Scammy, all of those dregs of the earth. The reason Meghan is dealing with this nonsense has a lot to do with that family over there. I mean, they could have put the kibosh on all of this nonsense. All they had to do was support Meghan in what she needed to do, and that was to cut those people off and control that rabbit media over there. But this particular squatty said this: the royal family facilitated the Thomas Markle fiasco to humiliate Meghan. Her letter that ended up published by the Daily Fail was a setup. Meghan sending 2 U.S. consulate agents to check on Thomas is how the royal family should have handled him once he betrayed her. Meghan outsmarted them all. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And they should have been supporting her. I don't even understand why they call these people a family, because they don't behave in that fashion. And that includes Thomas Markle Sr. and all of his other non-human spawns he calls children. Scammy and Thomas Markle Jr. I mean, these people are not family, no more than Charles and Willie and that bunch over there. They are nothing but grifters and liars and clinger-ons and just absolute scorpions and snakes. This is who these people are. They should never call that family over there a family, because they're anything but that. They're the antithesis of a family. I'm just saying. And this squatty cracks me up. I'm telling you, I cackled. It says, after the interview in the hospital bed, that man no longer has a leg to stand on. literally and figuratively. It says Meghan now needs to do what the surgeons did to his leg, cut him off completely. He effed it. Squatties do not play. They do not play. I love when she says that Meghan needs to do to him what the surgeons did to his leg, and that is to cut it off completely. Woo! Tell me squatties are not the jam. They are everything they are. I'm just saying. I'm going to put this up and I am going to close the door on Thomas Markle Sr.'s shit show inside of a dumpster fire nonsense. Because we see you. We see exactly what you tried to do. You tried it. You tried it. But Meghan was not having none of it. And you know who else was not having none of it? That would be squatties. Like I said, squatties called them out from the beginning. Y'all know my very first podcast about this was squatties making fun of the fact that he would later grow another leg. Y'all remember that? Yeah, squatties were never having it. They never fell for the okie doke. They never fell for the bamboozle. I'm just saying. But this particular squatty is going to put an end to my discussions on Thomas Markle Sr. unless something else comes up, like maybe he actually dies. But until then, I'm going to leave it at this. This squatty says this: Meghan has been collecting her wins, and they tried to come up with lies to minimize all of that. And she said, not today, Satan. Yes, absolutely. And that's pretty much what we're all saying. Not today, Satan. Not today. All right, y'all. I'm going to change subjects and we're going to talk about this. Let me put it up. And this is what squatties have been up to today. This is what my timeline looks like today. Look at this. This particular squatty. And all squatties are starting to do this. When they talk about Kate, they post this picture right here. They post this picture as if it is Kate. I must say, it has about the same personality as Kate, and it definitely has the same hair. But I digress. It says it's like the woman's Christmas carol never happened. Y'all notice that? When I saw this post, I said, I got to put it in my podcast because it looks like and it feels like and they act like it never happened. I mean, it is just like, I don't know, morning dew at 12 noon. When the sun comes out, it's gone. It just absolutely disappeared. Nobody said anything. Now, I know the broadcast is going to be on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Who knows? Who cares? I know I don't. But, I mean, it came and went so quickly. I mean, it just went away. I mean, nobody talked about it. Nobody said anything about it. It has not been the topic of conversation for anyone, especially in any of those news organizations, so-called news organizations and rags. I mean, they barely mentioned it. But yeah, so this squatty brings up an interesting point. I wonder why. Could it be the barrier pole? Could it be that? I heard someone said because it's London and London is no longer like it used to be. It's all filled with immigrants and they don't like the royal family. You see how they move the goalposts? They try their best because we all know that that's not true. Now, is London a multicultural city? Yeah, it is. But that still does not say that just because you have some immigrants in a city, it changed the essence of the city and their like or dislike of the monarchy. I know here in America, immigrants are more patriotic than native born Americans. But they don't want to say that. They don't want to talk about that. They want to make excuses for that family. The reason that family is circling the drain is because of its own behavior. It has nothing to do with the makeup of the citizenship. And this squatty said, when you sell out your country, the people stop coming to watch. Now, I don't know what this particular squatty is talking about when they say that Kitty and Willie are sellouts, but I do know that that barrier pole is not playing with them. That barrier pole is not playing, is it? Look at and yeah, it came and went, that Christmas Carol concert did, because that barrier pole was vicious. It was. I'm just saying. And I want to talk about this a little bit. Harry winning government review into demand for armed cops when he visits the UK. And y'all know this was the big story in my last podcast. Well, this particular squatty made such a great point I wanted to share. Now, this squatty posted that whole article from the scum and said this: I figured they would give on the security. Invictus is in 2026. He's going to have to start going there to oversee and plan. They have to protect him. I also think they'll provide security because with Meghan and the kids may also come, and they are foaming at the mouth to pat the kids. I think so too. They have been wanting to have pictures of Prince Archie and Prince Lilibet forever. Forever. And so this could be the reason. Now, it could be that Charles wants to play the dutiful grandfather. He wants to get some of those points because we all know he is the most calculated individual ever. It is all about who I can surround myself with to make me look good. So I wouldn't be surprised by that. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Do you think do you think Meghan and the kids are going to show up at Invictus? Now, if the kids show up, this will be the first time they ever showed up at Invictus. Now, I know at one time Harry said that he would love to share Invictus with Archie. Now, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. I just found this so interesting, this point that this squatty made, that this was all about Invictus. Now, I'll tell you what I will not be surprised by, and that is if Charles shows up at Invictus. I believe this might be the setup, but Charles to show up at Invictus, not so much as Meghan and the children, but Charles. Y'all tell me what y'all think. That's what I think. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. This is what another squatty said that they think what is up with this whole security review. They say this: they have been desperate to drag Harry back because William Parker Bowles isn't capable of attracting interest and goodwill. He is also lazy. Harry's charisma and relatability is unmatched. But nothing has changed in terms of the character assassination towards Meghan. Where is the lie? Where is it? And y'all know, if y'all been listening to the podcast, I mean, faithfully, y'all have heard me say that it has waned when it comes to Harry, but they have marched forward and continues to attack Meghan. They have not slacked off of Meghan, but they have really, really slacked off Harry. Now, we also talked about today how some of Meghan's arch nemesis are taking up for her. So that tide is turning. That worm is turning. So are we going to start to see less and less attacks on Meghan? Because it looks like the Daily Mail and this Thomas Markle bull crap was pretty much the Daily Fail out there on its own, because the usual, suspects, the usual flying monkeys that fall in line to attack Meghan didn't fall in line, did not line up for the attack. So it clearly is something going on here. Now we just need to sit back with the popcorn and the glass of wine and watch, because eventually we'll figure it out. I'm just saying. And this next squatty says exactly, we know full well where the bow is coming from. Where is the lie? We know exactly where it's coming from. And I would say it would be Kensington Palace. Yes, it would be Kensington Palace. And then this particular squatty said, the royal family as a brand is almost dead. Where is the lie? And they can't blame anybody for that except themselves. They started this one-sided war against an innocent couple who only wanted to love one another and to be left alone to make their way in this world. And they decided they could not do that. They could not leave them alone. They had to smear them. They had to lie on them. They had to try to destroy them. And in the end, they pretty much have destroyed themselves. But this squatty goes on to say, and what does remain is not attractive or trustworthy. The Sussexes are the only real thing they have, so they will now want to leech their popularity for their wider benefit. I think that's what we've been saying. That is what we have been saying. Harry is the only one that has any respect from the people. I mean, he is the only one that has been shown to be a true prince of the realm, a true wall of spirit. And so now they want to leech off of that, because the curtain has been pulled back. It has been laid bare. These people are mediocre. They are. And they are evil to the core. And so now they want to try to fix it. They want to try to rebuild. And they want to do it on the backs of the two people that have proven to be genuine. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see what Harry does, what Meghan does, and we'll just see how it goes. And I'm going to put this up. Two more things I want to remind y'all of. And one of them is the Masaka Kids. Yes, they dropped today on Netflix. This documentary did. And of course, it's produced by Harry and Meghan. So if you hadn't went over there to see it, please go over and watch it. If you have Netflix, this particular squatty said, whatever you do today, don't forget to support these children by watching their documentary on Netflix. Hashtag Masaka Kids, hashtag Masaka Kids, a rhythm within. Yes, if you hadn't went over there, please do it. I'm just about to do it. I am going to get me a glass of wine, and I'm going to watch the Masaka Kids. I really am. It looks like it is so good. I cannot wait. And the second thing I want to remind y'all of, our girl may be in the top 10, but we got to keep her there, right? We got to keep on watching. We got to put it on in the den, put it on in the bedroom while you're watching something else in the living room. We all know everybody has more than one television. So please support your girl on one of these televisions that you have in your home, and turn on With Love Meghan holiday celebration. Let's keep it going, because at the end of the day, this is what they were targeting. They wanted to get the conversation away from Meghan and with love, Meghan, the holiday celebration. But we are never going to do that, because one thing about squatties is we can do more than one thing at the same time. We know how to multitask. We have had to multitask ever since we became a group. Yes, ever since we became a fandom, we have always had to be able to do the right and left at the same time. So, yes, please, while we are dragging all of these flying monkeys for their nonsense, please let's not forget to support our girl, because at the end of the day, that is our most important job. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.